Hello, welcome back. We are here with three of my favorite people in the internet and the world. I have Jess from the Cheese Wheel podcast. I have
That's
Emily.
me!
Yes, I have Emily from Stealing Focus, and I have Tommy from Music Theater Mash.
I live under a rock. Hello.
Yes. Some of us have been gone
I live under a chair.
others, or longer than others, but we are all here today after the world's longest intermission, and we are here to talk about Wicked for Good, which apparently is doing very well, like even better than the first one, as far as the box office goes. But let's get into it. So I guess I want to start with, did you like rewatch the first movie before going to see the second, or did you just go in like blind?
I've seen the first one about 1 million times. I didn't need to because I've seen it so much. Because I love the first one because everyone loves Act One.
So. Andrew and I rewatched it as a commentary for our Patreon the day before I saw it. And really, that was just me discovering, oh, this has pacing problems. Oh, this is a rough watch. This does not rewatch well for me. And then I went into the movie expecting similar issues, and I found different issues, but with the same cause. So we'll dive into that later.
We watched it with some friends the day before in prep to go see it on Amazon Prime. And it was, after a long night of living in Denver, Colorado, and the things that come with that. And after the first bit of the movie, when it flashes back to Jeff Goldblum pretending to be young, have another drink, my friend, who wasn't quite paying attention, turns around and goes, "Wait a minute, this has ads?" Thought it was like a Sky Rizzy commercial or something.
It was like one of those Xfinity things he was doing during the Macy's parade.
That completely negated like everything about the wizard. Yeah, that was pretty good. But clearly Jeff Goldblum because his actual children were in it, which was weird. By the way, I did go, I posted about this, but I did go to the filming of Wicked One Wonderful Night. So I had been watching that. This is my commemorative thing. I did see Cynthia Erivo fly. I did see her flub her lines, and then they had to completely do a number again. It wasn't her fault. She did great. But I had just seen her as Jesus at the Hollywood Bowl a couple months before that. And so going from seeing her as Jesus to seeing her literally fly above the stage, I was like, yeah, this tracks. Yeah. She's something else. I mean, like, she's amazing. Like, she's amazing. Like, she truly is. Yeah. So, yeah.
But
I did see that.
Cynthia is also notorious for flubbing lines. Like, that's one thing that we've seen her do several times.
What it was the Wizard and I, and they were doing it with all this choreography. If you saw the special, and then it got to Unlimited, and she started singing Defying Gravity Unlimited. So she started going together, and you see her going together, we're unlimited, and you see her going, how do I get back onto my and she did. They didn't stop or anything, but it was a thing where it was over. I looked at my friend and I was like, they're gonna do it again because she messed up, because everyone in this room knows she messed up. So yeah. But Ariana was a one-take wonder. Everything she did was one take anyway.
Yeah. That's wild. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to review anything before going to the second one, but managed well enough. So so I guess the question is we saw the first one, and I thought it kind of managed to hold up pretty well on its own. In fact, when we did this last year, I said that if they had to, which obviously they didn't because it made a metric butt ton of money, but if they had to stop right there and not make a second movie, it would have been held up fine on its own. But we have the second movie, and now the question is, does that hold up on its own?
No. I mean, it holds up as much. It holds up as much as an act two of a musical can. Like act two of a musical can exist without act one. So it has to be there way more than like a film franchise or something like that. It's literally taking a show, chopping it in half, and giving you act two. And when I saw it, that was all. Afterwards, I just looked at my friends and I went, "Yep, that was act two of Wicked. All the same act two problems exist." And
Yes.
I have friends who hated it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more in like the camp. That's where I am right now with it.
Yeah, I think I liked it for what it was. I think it had, it kind of was starting from a disadvantage because the Act 2 of Wicked is significantly weaker than the first and is very, rushed and compact. I think, they managed to, work around some of that. Obviously, there were some other problems in place. And yeah, I mean, you can watch it as the second part of Wicked and like, yeah, it's good, but as its own, it's like, yeah, it's the second half. It doesn't hold up without the first.
I think that if we remember my opinion from last year, I was not a big fan of that first movie. I was the big naysayer, negative Nelly in the room, and I really did not like this one. All the problems that I felt in that one are just kind of expanded on, but I still had the feeling of like, man, you're making some really smart choices and then making some really bafflingly bad choices as far as directorially. Where like it's bad when I'm leaving thinking Wonderful was really the achievement of your movie.
I thought it was the best number in the movie,
Right?
which is nuts.
That is insane.
And I think Wonderful, though, is emblematic of a couple things they did well, which is solving a few things from the book of the stage show. For example, why would she just be like, you know what? I'm into it after all that divine gravity
she
nonsense.
knows the wizard
Why would
is
she
full
be
of
into
crap.
it?
Why is she going along with this? But you bring Glinda
so having
into
Glinda
it,
there,
and it makes sense.
Makes more sense. Exactly. They actually, I don't know if they did it well, but they resolved the animals plot at the very least. The stage show just doesn't even do that. So like, I was like,
gave up for a dick.
literally. So I'm glad that got some resolution. I had a question that maybe we have to go to later, but don't let me forget. It's a question about Dorothy at the end. I guess I could ask it now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So she's running to the balloon like Dorothy does, when the wizard is leaving near the end. Yeah. And I couldn't tell because it was a faraway shot. But I couldn't tell if she got on the balloon, which she doesn't get on the balloon in the story, which made me go, okay, how's she going to get home then? Because in the show, she clicks her heels. And then the big moment happens at the end where the Grimoire opens. And then I was like, oh, okay, so maybe that solves it. Maybe Glinda has the power to send her home now because they're implying she has power. I don't know if that matters, but that was something that occurred to me as I was driving home.
I can tell you it definitely matters because my mother is downstairs and she gave me a Post-it note with the 3 questions she has that she wanted me to pose.
And where was that?
What does Tommy's mother have to ask about this?
Number 1 is Dorothy stuck in Oz?
Yeah.
Because it kind of seems like it. And
it kind of seems
weird.
like it could be, but I'm kind of with Emily. I think, Glinda would probably be able to get her back after,
because she doesn't, obviously she does, or she says you always had the power, whatever, but like now that it's implied that she got the power now, like maybe that's how that's resolved. So that's
Can I say my 2 cents of what I interpreted as, and maybe I'm wrong. Yeah. I often am. The internet will tell you this.
It's a metaphor for World War II.
No, the gold standard. So I always interpreted it like in that moment when Nessa gets her shoes turned all flyy. I thought that was just like, let me grant whatever your heart's desire is, and then that would kind of be used for Dorothy. I didn't think it was a specific levitation.
I think that could work. Yeah.
And then Glinda's
that was how I was interpreting
you silly.
It.
Yeah, that's a good one. But see, they could have made so much of this more make sense, right? They had a 30-minute act 2 and needed to find another hour and 20 minutes to put in the thing. So like
Girl in the Bubble.
Not it.
We'll get to that.
Do you know?
Yeah, we'll get to that. Yeah.
There was no one. Okay, I have a lot to say about those 2 songs, but like this was. I think there is a world where they could have looked at this and been like, okay, we need to turn one musical into 2 musicals. into a
Right.
musical and a sequel musical that has all the trappings of a musical. It has its own Act 1 and Act 2, or Act 1, 2, and 3 because it's a movie. It has the same rise and fall. It does the exposition that a standalone movie and musical should do, and they wasted it. This movie felt long to me, and it was shorter than the first one.
Well, and like in an Act 2, it's full of reprises because an Act 2 is full of reprises.
Right.
So that was one thing. I was like, oh, I'm getting reprise fatigue. But also, we get 2 new solo isolated numbers for 2 characters who are already well established. Why could we not get a freaking ensemble number or a
use
dance
it for something
number,
else? Yes,
or Piero and Bach to have a weird duet in different planes. Like there were just so many opportunities.
Yes,
or just literally just for energy's sake, have a dance number. I don't care. Have a party at the wedding. Something where people are doing choreography so that they can recreate on TikTok. And of course, you don't need that in the stage show. But yeah, a standalone movie. They had the stuff at the beginning. They added an unnecessary Dear Galinda little thing.
Yeah.
That was fun. That was cute. I don't mind that.
Reprise. I mean, gotta throw
That's
Bowen in there
fine.
somewhere. But like, I mean, it just that's what I was yearning for. And then I was like, oh my God, I have to sit through this Bubble song.
Yes.
Right after I saw even Slayer do some good Bach acting.
Can I tell you the thought that I had in the theater that I was around no one who I was able to explain it to? When Cynthia Erivo started singing her song to Dulcimer before she went on the Underground Railroad to No Place Like Home.
No place like home. Slightly better than Girl in the Bubble, but still not great.
My brain started replaying, Beatrice Stockwell. She insists on a rousing anthem in every show she's ever done, even when it's not entirely appropriate. Most of her anthems didn't so much rouse as they did stupefy, and I was like, this is what this is. They are both contractually obligated to have a semi-pop song that they can cover later.
And we have to have the Oscar eligible Best Original Song.
Something they can sing. Either of them can sing at the Oscars. Yeah.
Right.
They will lose to Golden. I look forward to it.
I will say this.
In a year with Sinners and K-pop Demon Hunters, forget about it.
No kidding. But I will say this about those two. Those 2 numbers. I liked the idea of No Place Like Home. I liked what they were trying to say about how you stay in a fight when it seems so hard and leaving seems so easy. I mean, Elphaba has a line at the beginning, which is something along the lines of, why do I love this land? It's never loved me. And it was like, okay, relevant. So I liked where they were going with that. And as for Girl in the Bubble, I mean, I just adored the staging of that.
It was pretty. It was really fun to watch.
It was filmed well.
This is why I love John M. Chu as a musical director, because he uses the space so well, and the way he played with the reflections, and you think you're looking at her, but you're looking at, the mirror, and it kind of, hits home this idea that, Glinda's thinking about, this persona that she's kind of adopted and now feels trapped by, and is wondering, how much of this is really me. So I think that worked. Obviously the songs themselves did not, live up to those moments, but there was effort made, and I respect that.
I think the thing... you go.
No. I just really wanted to say about No Place Like Home, while structurally it makes the most sense, it really baffles me that she sings this song and then her methodology at the end is to run away the way that she was preaching for these folks not to.
Yeah, well, and I'm sorry, this is kind of the thing. I like that they're showing that Elphaba is actually, still out there fighting the good fight, but it also kind of shows that she really doesn't know what the heck she's doing.
And that is what I wanted, because I think, like, the thing that it overlooks on a stage musical, the intermission is a bit of storytelling of its own, right? It's a great place to hide the things you don't want to do on stage, and then you can come back and be like, time has passed, here's all the things.
Here's what happened next.
Right. In a movie, you can't, except to us weirdos, you can't be like, what was Elphaba up to since last Thanksgiving? And so, like, in the stage musical, it is implied, and in the book, it is, I believe, pretty overt that like Elphaba's a terrorist. Like she,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
is
I mean, she actually tries to, like, I'm not sure if it's suicide bomb, but she actually tries to assassinate Morrible in the book.
yeah, and like that's a good song. And that
Yeah.
shows us the stuff that was happening during intermission, but now in this movie now.
Right.
Do that instead of No Place Like Home. Let's
Right.
let her actually, you know, the only time Elphaba at all gets close to being the Wicked Witch is whenever Madame Morrible is like, oh, and Elphaba did this, right? You never see her
Right.
get even close, and I want to see her
Right.
get close.
And yeah,
It's
and that's the
because
thing, is
she's
that,
a Disney princess now.
Right.
She can't do that. She can't
Well,
do that.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
for all
she's kind of
intents
got-
and purposes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's kind of got this naivete where it's like, I just have to tell people the truth and they'll believe it. And, you know, even, you know, it comes to the point where the wizard says, yeah, you can tell them the truth. They're not going to buy it. And it's like, yeah, living in year of our Lord 2025, again,
Right.
totally relevant. But yeah, there's also this point where she's like telling the animals, you can't leave, Oz needs you. And I'm like, Elphaba woman, some of these people have kids.
Yeah.
Okay? You know, some of them cannot fight in your war right now, and leaving is the best option for them. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the most terrorism we see her do is when she's saving animals at the very beginning.
Right.
Which is good because, you know, I don't want to
I mean,
I don't
yeah,
want
we do
to
get-
see that.
I
You know,
think
that's
that was
good.
cool,
But
and I love
everything
what
else
they did.
is
Yeah, I love what they did with how the witch, you know, flied and used her broomstick on that. I thought that was a really, you know, good way to demonstrate what she was capable of.
Yeah.
And to show the animal slavery.
We're all
Like
just-
that was actually so like I liked is seeing like what actually is becoming of these animals instead of them just kind of
Right.
being like,
Yeah.
oh no,
Yeah,
that's-
they somehow are losing power of speech.
I mean,
But
I
that's
was
all
happy
we
to see
see.
Dr. Dilliman back at his
Yes.
office at the
Yes.
end.
And
Yeah.
to see him trapped underground in the wizard's
I know,
experiment
I didn't
lab.
want to see that. Poor
Yeah,
little guy.
I don't know why he's got all his political prisoners like under, you know, like under
Yeah.
his like back room, but
right
yeah.
off the
It's
main room. Yeah.
bad staging. Like, but
But that's
Well,
what happens
yeah.
in
The
the
monkey,
show, right?
that's true.
Like,
Yeah.
The monkey showed her, which
Oh,
I think
yeah,
makes
they
more
did.
sense.
wait a second. They do answer why the monkeys follow her in this, which
Yes.
I don't think they
Right.
do in the stage
Yes.
show.
Nope.
Like, she creates them, and then all of a sudden they're like, "We're with you." And so
Right.
I do like that they actually start on the
Expanded
side,
on
and
that.
then
Yeah.
History was like, like I don't know. I feel like every time the new songs, it's like they both just like sat down and just
Mhm.
stopped the plot
Yep.
to sing
Right.
this like new number, and it
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
was like, I'm not getting anything from this. And then meanwhile, the songs from the stage show, you know, No Good Deed was probably a highlight, and
Mhm.
and I thought as long as your mind was well adapted, you can't have
Mhm.
them
Oh, yeah.
just kneeling in front of each other the
Sorry.
whole time like you do in
Sorry.
the stage show.
Did you say
Sex
as
cardigan?
long as you're mine?
I want that sex cardigan so bad.
Cardigan.
Okay,
I'm not-
sorry.
I'm nonstop talking about it, so someone will get it for me for a Christmas present. Because
I'm
I
sorry.
want the
I
sex
love
cardigan.
her cardigan. I'm
I-
sorry.
I
but, yeah.
She's
I'm
a
s-
chick lives in a tree. Like
Yeah.
she,
Yeah, she's living in a treehouse. She doesn't have a space
And
heater.
he
You know,
was-
let her
he
have
was hot,
something
and
cozy
he
to
was
wrap
cute,
herself in
yeah.
while she's,
Yeah.
you know.
yeah.
I
Like
just
her
think
sexy
that it
cover.
shouldn't have been in her little treehouse. That's my
Her
only note.
treehouse.
Is like, it should
Did
not
you-
have been in her treehouse. It should have been in a more open, like kind of wooded area. I think it's
In a-
just kind
in
of
a
darker
field.
and sexier there. Yeah.
I distinctly remember having this conversation in freaking high school. After everyone was
Like, where are they?
Well, after everyone had seen the show, because on stage, and I'm an old man now, but my memory is like it looks like they're having a picnic. Is like
Right.
they sit down in
Yeah.
the middle of a forest and they're like,
They're just in the void.
right? And
Yeah.
I remember having this conversation with one of my good nerdy friends at the time. And it was like, they should be on a mountain. Like, they should be like, this is a whole new world. This is like sailing
Yeah.
through the sky. This is
Yeah.
huge, right?
They
we're
can be wherever you want them to be in the stage show. That's the beauty
that's
of
the-
it.
right,
Of
but in this
limbo,
one-
Well,
right?
he has like
Right.
a little torch. I kind of imagined like they were
Yeah.
in some dank, dusky
In the
place
forest,
hidden
yeah.
away
Yeah.
from like.
Yeah.
Like weirdly, it's one of the few things that I thought Rob Marshall did all right in the Into the Woods movie was the sex scene between Chris Pine and Emily Blunt.
That's a brand new sentence right there.
One of the few things. Yeah.
One of like
I like
three
the
things I
parents
liked
are
about that
like-
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then, like, just compared to everything else, like, yeah, No Good Deed got the closest to being what you got from Defying
Part
Gravity,
one.
or I guess anything in part one, really.
Yeah.
And I don't know why they didn't do that with more
Yeah.
of the numbers.
Well-
I guess they did it as much as they could with
Yeah.
As Long As You're Mine,
I have to-
without it
I
being
have to
ridiculous.
take my sex
Yeah,
cardigan.
sex
It's getting
cardigan
too
has
hot. It's
Yeah.
too warm. I think my mom got that at Sears before they went out of business.
I've never cared about the song For Good. What did you guys think about it? I've just never cared about it.
It's a fucking snore. Oh wait, can I talk about
really
something?
like that
It relates to this
song.
song. It
Okay.
relates to this song.
Everyone likes
but,
the song. Normal people do.
So, I saw this movie
I'm
in
not
4DX, which I don't know if
Did
anyone
the
else has
seats
seen the movie in
move?
4DX.
You get a little scratch and sniff, like you can. Did you get to smell Jonathan Bailey?
Oh, please
There was
tell
no
me
smells to
John
go with
Bailey.
it, but the seat did move, and like during the flying scenes, it's really cool. But it
sure.
also moves along with the fucking camera. So in For Good, when we're just spinning around, and my seat's also like, I'm like, oh god,
Oh God.
it was
Them
it
going
was
like
so
that.
distracting. Yes,
Oh my
Yeah.
and
I
the
mean,
scene is like going
I
that
think
way
For
and
Good
that way.
was what it is. So you know,
I think For Good is a better song outside of the musical. I think it is a good song on its own. I think it's a good graduation song.
I've taught it to so many
a lot of people
children.
do it
Yeah.
at memorials these days. So
Yeah, absolutely.
that fits.
With this musical is epic in all of its proportions, and I think one of the cool, daring things about it is that its climactic song is like down and in and like about two people and
Intimate.
focused, but
Yeah.
then you still gotta build to getting everyone clapping before bows. And I do think it is one of the magic tricks of Wicked that it can go from For Good to the kind of like unpeeling of the flashback till we get to back to the beginning again.
Yeah.
But it's no, like this is the song that every musical struggles with, right?
Yeah.
What's the finale ultimo in any other musical? Most of the times it doesn't even have a name because that's the chase or the conflict, right? That's the scene. The act 2 of Funny Thing Happened where we don't sing for 40 minutes because there's nothing to sing about.
Yeah.
I don't know. Not everything can be Hairspray that has the best song right when you're leaving.
But
Right.
see, this because Hairspray has a reason for them to be singing, right?
To be there, yeah.
Like it has a diegetic musical reason to exist.
I think this is a bit more like, this is kind of more like, the Make Them Hear You. That's like, this is what this is the message of the entire show.
Yeah.
And we're going to stop and do a song about it. But it's, I think, Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo are fantastic. And that's one of those things. I think, this is one of those, cast dependent shows where you need to have strong performers and especially strong leads to carry it over, some of the rougher parts inherent in the script. And if you don't have that, everything absolutely falls apart. But we are blessed in that we have like two fantastic leading ladies in these movies. And it's just magnificent to just, sit back and watch them do their thing.
I'm going to have a hot take here. I
Okay.
think John M. Chu put more thought into the way he shot Girl in the Bubble than he did about For Good. Because I
agree.
think he just hoped that song would speak for itself.
You're not entirely wrong about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because For Good was pretty straightforward, but I also think, if you did too much, it would be too much, right?
Well,
it's supposed to be
more.
this like.
It needs to be very stripped down. Even the most iconic shot of that entire thing, where they're on either sides of the door. Apparently, that was something of a spontaneous,
And that wasn't even in the song. That was just after. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I don't know how much I believe that.
I know.
The gaffers all set that up for 3 hours just because they spontaneously came up with it.
There's so much of this press tour. There's so much of this press tour, and you can tell they are like micromanaging it to a T because they screwed it up last time. Where like
Ethan Slater can't have opinions. Don't talk.
He's not allowed to be. Yeah. Like, did you
Don't
see
sit
the one?
next to Ariana.
Did you see the one where Jonathan Bailey gets a question about why his eyes are blue? And he's like, oh, yes, it's a secret tool that we'll use later. And everything is on purpose. And you see, my eyes are blue, and you'll know when it happens. And Why? No, it never happened.
There was no reason for it. Yeah.
It's
it was
the
just
same
a choice. It was just a choice.
It's the same. It's the same as in the first one when they're like, yes, they are definitely singing live, and like they're very specific about like not being. You're not hearing that or all of that, right? Like there's movie magic that they're not talking about anyway. What'd you think about the lack of funny songs in this GD?
I hate it. I hate it because this is the thing. Look, with the first movie, I was ready to be like, this is gonna be stupid. They cut this in half, and I ate my words. I really loved the first movie, and then I see this movie, and then I go, this is why you don't cut a musical in half, because you don't care when it's a 45-minute act and you just came back from intermission and you're gonna be done within an hour. It doesn't matter. You're at this point in the story. But yeah, I kept, and then getting these new songs that were also just snooze fests. I felt bored a lot.
I mean, that's kind of, typical of a lot of musicals. The second act is significantly darker and, more serious than the first. Although, you will have like occasionally some stuff to break up the dreariness, but it gets a whole lot darker. So if you're kind of expecting that kind of, lighter fun mood from the first one, you're not going to get it.
But even like one of the biggest points of levity in Act 2 in the stage musical is the scene, the sideways house slap scene, right?
Uh-huh.
And then we don't all have the luxury to travel by bubble, which they moved that line somewhere else, which is a bad choice.
And she was like, I'll go by bubble.
Yeah, and then like Fierro swings in on a rope, and it doesn't make any sense, and it's like
the green girl go.
But in this one, right, we watch Nessa. We watch Nessa running through the storm, screaming for Bach.
Okay.
Madame
What are you
Nora was
talking
like,
about? That is the funniest part of the movie. That is like the greatest laugh I had the entire time.
I don't
Why
think
is she
Bach
doing that?
randomly down the street.
I don't think it was supposed to be funny.
Gone. Get back. Get yourself under.
No, they were treating it very seriously.
Which
is what made it funny.
Right.
It was camp.
It was camp. This is a movie that cannot be. It can't be. It can't know that it is camp, and that's the problem. Right. Where the musical knows that it's camp.
Right.
Sometimes.
Can I talk about pacing and structure for a brief moment?
Please talk about pacing and structure. This is your wheelhouse.
Specifically with this movie, because with this, and I'm including the first one, we see every second, more or less, of Elphaba and Glinda's entire life together because we have to elongate every moment. But because the musical is what it is, and because we are also touching on source material outside of the musical with The Wizard of Oz, we are now suddenly skipping major sections of their emotional development because we can't touch them. So when we're spending every second getting every mumble, every word, every moment, and then suddenly the moment that Elphaba and Glinda see each other for the first time after she cucked her and Glinda accidentally killed her sister, we don't get that moment. We get the 15 minutes after that and a calm, patient conversation about, like, can I see my sister? Yeah. And then that's just the pace for the rest of the movie, where we don't see any of the big moments. And I feel like we needed that. And it's so jarring. It's so jarring.
I feel like both movies would have been better if they fully cut the children version of them. And
oh God, why was there a baby Glinda in this?
Well, because they want to sell Legos
really
to
cute,
9-year-olds. But replace all of those with flashbacks to whatever that yearbook photo they took in the poppy field that we get like one flashback to. But like every time, don't flash back to Glinda's birthday party, but let's go back to Shiz.
Something
let's go
Shiz.
see the point that apparently all of this started on, and then we can do more character building and learn about their past.
Right.
Like that's the part that matters. I don't care who Glinda was when she was 7. I get it, right? Like she looks like that, she acts like that.
No. Yeah, and that's
Bozo?
It's like that's the thing, I'm like watching this, it's like, okay, so she's got everything in the world, but she's still unhappy because she's not magical. For her.
Yeah, and we already knew that. We already knew that about her.
Yeah.
Like,
but
it's because we see it later on, when she gets all vindictive after, which, kind of understandably, because, Elphaba, runs a whole animals through her wedding venue. And then, Fiyero ditches her at the altar, and she's like, fine, just go after her sister. I'm so pissed right now.
Right.
And, for like you were just saying, Jess, like for a movie that takes 2.5 hours, it's still using 2.5 hours to tell a 45-minute story. So it does feel rushed, even though, why am I getting this long, drawn out slow-mo sequence of her walking down the aisle? Why
more angry at girl in the bubble wasting your time?
I know. Yeah, that song was so long.
Because then we clip through, I thought we were going to get more of Bach, and more of, I don't know, what Elphaba has been doing this whole time. Just so more of the, not that I needed to see her, because I don't think they needed to show Dorothy, but like more of the quartet, I guess quintet if you count Toto. Like
I think they had opportunity. Yeah, they had like 7 more like silly Dorothy, right? Like little background. Like that's the bread and butter of this thing. Like show the forest where they threw the apples at them or something, right?
Or like the Munchkins greeting her and being happy. Like
right.
I just thought we were gonna get so much more of that, and instead we got long sequences of Ariana Grande walking down the aisle in slow motion, and like, oh my god, it just. I didn't need it. It's like she looks beautiful, but like it's like another dress to sell. That's really just what it is.
So like in my idealized version of Wicked that only exists in my head, and obviously this is women's, but I think we would see Dorothy, but it would be emphasized that this is a child. This is a 10-year-old tops girl who is in this strange land and who has been sent to assassinate a political rival, and she is in way over her head and does not deserve any of this. And it's just so entirely messed up.
Yeah.
Or just Elphaba being like, wait a second, they sent a kid to kill me. He's sending a kid to kill me. Stuff like that. All of a sudden, she's just talking to her in the thing. I was like,
get those things off.
I think there's a world where we can let her be Margaret Hamilton for a second, because she's decided that she's gonna be Wicked, so let me see it, right?
Yes, nobody sets up I'm gonna be Wicked, and then she doesn't.
Yeah, I wanna see her be like, and I'll flip this hourglass. Close the door, damn girl, right? Like
as a kid, I'm sorry. That scene terrified me. But
me too.
What's going to happen? Is she going to die when the sand runs out just because of magic? Or I did not know, but it freaked me. I did not know what was going to happen.
Yeah.
So, but
she's scary. She's supposed to. But I think this is the problem. Like, this is such. Do you know I did a deep dive. None of it's funny. Because on all the tie-in products this time around, you can get Emerald. Yeah, Emerald City scented Cascade dishwasher tablets. What is the Emerald City taste like?
Website on it.
You can buy a scrubbing bath bar of Jonathan Bailey's face. Did I buy the last 4 at Lush? Maybe. I've lost my train of thought.
Jonathan Bailey's face all over your.
It's like it's clear that it's a franchise now.
Yes,
that it's going to be a land at Universal next door.
And Cynthia Erivo and they all have contractual obligations that like I'm not allowed to actually be evil. I'm not allowed to look like the bad guy, and that screws up the story. And that's the point of the story, right? You need someone to be the bad guy. Let her be the bad guy. Let me see her do something irredeemable in this movie.
The only person willing to do irredeemable things in the movie is Jeff Goldblum. Like he's like, yeah, whatever.
And Michelle Yeoh, which is
wait, turn it around. Did you not see that? That interview
I did.
Okay.
I did. Emily, I want to reframe something that you said on the Tickety Talk, which is, why the fuck is everyone jumping down her foot? She did her job. Like, it's not like that's a real role.
She did a great job.
I can't imagine caring about Madame Morrible's singing capabilities. You've had every kind of woman play that part. I just don't care.
So here's my thing. Here's my thing. That is true. Madame Morrible does not need to have a great voice, but Michelle Yeoh does not know how to, sing, how to work around her limitations. Like she holds that, calumnies and lies line bit, and I'm like, just do it short, honey. You are so
they could have helped her more. If Russell Brand, they helped him so much.
Yes.
Look,
they helped him so much.
You guys,
Sorry.
Auto-tune still exists.
How you sing it.
Auto-tune still exists, and I know from people personally who've done this. Marnie Nixon's still exist.
Russell Crowe, sorry. Yes.
They could have used Demon Hunters.
They could have used that they talk about, but like Disney. I know someone who sang for a Disney princess.
Yeah, they could have done so much.
They have singing doubles for years.
You could just have a fake singer.
Emily, I want to know the tea. Like, who sang for Disney Princess?
It's for a prince, but I probably can't say it.
Have you not seen the thing?
I'll tell you later.
I'll
type it into the chat.
Yes.
But have you not?
Sorry, I'm a gossipy bitch at my heart.
But have you not seen the thing? Man, who voices Goofy? Or not Goofy, Winnie the Pooh.
Jim Cummings.
I can find though. Used to be
Jim Cummings does like half of Scar's singing voice in Lion King, and that had to be under NDA for like 15 years, right? Fix it, right? This is a multi-million-dollar production. No one should be criticizing Michelle Yeoh's singing voice, whatever it is.
I guess it's bad. It's bad. I mean, it's not great, but I feel like this is how I feel about the whole movie. I'm just kind of like, I don't care. Like, I just
because it would have been Miley Cyrus as Elphaba. We are winning.
Right.
Yeah. I'm kind of the same way about Jeff Goldblum, honestly. It's like, he's not a great singer. He sings well enough for the part.
He has a jazz band in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
He sings perfectly fine for that.
He's fine. He's fine. And again, I do not, this is not like, the power ballad belter role. This is a character part. And again, I kind of like that he has this kind of, I'm not sure if this is the right word, quality, but kind of, the sense that this is a guy who, isn't entirely sure of what he is doing and just kind of wants to be playing around with like his little toys and his little, mechanical devices. I mean, maybe it's because, Cheney, kicked the bucket a couple of weeks ago, but this is, an early 2000s musical. And I thought Michelle Yeoh and Jeff Goldblum had very much a Dick Cheney and George W. Bush dynamic going for them. Yeah. Where he was like, he accepted that all this nasty stuff had to be happening, but he just didn't want to get his hands dirty on it. And he just wanted to be the personable, wizard that everybody loved and who was dad to the world. And she was doing all the dirty business.
There's a thesis in there that is why they wrote the musical, right? Like,
yes. But it's a more modern look at it. When me and Andrew did the commentary, we were really unpacking like how it's very much like Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell grooming young students to come and kind of. It felt very pointed as far as that to me, and I might just might be because I'm a little younger, not much younger. Okay. We're all contemporaries now.
I'm 102.
I don't know. I just am like. Kind of about so much. What did we think of Nessa and Bach's stuff?
I'm glad.
I loved it.
I'm glad it has now been recorded.
Made it longer.
They could have made. I'm surprised they didn't make it longer. It was like the one.
I think they could have like developed a little bit more. Kind of showing how it got increasingly toxic.
Yes,
they added Bach going
to the train,
trying to leave.
Yeah, they did.
Go to the train, and then she's like, "You can't." Yeah,
I did.
Too soon.
I did,
but that was it. And I wanted to see more of it because where we left them off in the last movie, she just was like he just felt kind of obligated, like, "Oh, I gotta hang, I gotta do this," and then it's like, how does he end up as like her right hand man?
Right.
Like,
I did. I did like the production design world building of the kind of like wrought iron tea set that he was carrying around for a bit, and then that was the aesthetic. Yeah. But this is a place to flash back to what happened during intermission.
How did we get here? Yes. And I almost think that
how was it when she was getting the stash on or whatever, the governor's stash?
What was the mayor of Munchkinlands? Or no, sorry, governor. This is a discrepancy. He's the mayor in The Wizard of Oz, the movie, but he's the governor in Wicked. Yep. What are we doing, Gregory Maguire? No.
Yeah. And how do you inherit governor anyway?
Unelected official. They say the words.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
But anyway, I always think Elphaba did Bach a favor because he was about to go, go crash and I object Glinda's wedding and make an idiot of himself. So it's like,
Yeah.
You think you're bad now. What do you think Glinda would have done to you?
But even just like before that stupid Bubble song, she had a moment where she sees him singing the Witch Hunters song, and
oh my god,
like that could have been, there could have been a scene there or a song or something. As it was, she was like, and then people in interviews are like, did she recognize him? And they're like, oh
yeah, it's like, does she recognize him?
It's like, why didn't you just do a scene? Wouldn't that be a good resolution to that whole arc? I mean, that like she didn't have any feelings for him, so maybe she wouldn't recognize him at all.
I just like that she's like, who the fuck is that guy?
Yeah,
who's that Tin dude? Why is he looking at me?
And I gotta say, Ethan Slater, after the Tin Man transformation was absolutely freaking terrifying, and I love that.
Yeah, he did a good job. He did a good job.
Should we talk about Marissa Bodie and how everyone's kind of attacking her on the interwebs?
Again, I don't get why this is a thing. She's singing.
Okay,
to me,
I guess
like
I'm
how she
apparently
should be freaking out,
Why are
right?
people attacking Marissa Bodie on the interwebs?
Because she's not.
Because they're like, I waited for this. I wanted this belt pad. I wanted this.
It's so dumb.
Oh my gosh, her acting was off the hook. I mean, she was like distraught and distressed and brokenhearted. I loved her in that Witch of the East bit.
I thought that was one of the best beats of the show. Was the whole
absolutely yes.
They want her because this whole generation wants everyone to sing like that.
They also don't understand what fiction is.
Well, that is kind of true.
How do we feel about the change from her stepping into floating?
That was my mom's second question.
I might have a bold take here.
I wanted her to float the rest of the movie. I wanted her to hover everywhere. Why did she go back in the chair? Is it because Elphaba left? I don't know, but I really wanted to see her hovering.
That would have made more sense for her to get a house landed on her because it's
imagine how terrifying it would be if during that magic spell thing she's coming at him from above as a flying person.
Yeah,
the thing is, I struggle with it a bit, and maybe this is me being the wrong person, and I often am. In Act 1 of Wicked, and in the first movie, because I double-checked to make sure it was still there, Elphaba has her big moment where she's like, I'm the reason why Nessa is the way she is, like she ate all these wildflowers and all that. And Elphaba blames herself for something that this movie and the character Nessa never feel bad about or feel. And I am able-bodied, thankfully, but I know quite a few people that are less ambulatory than me that do see it as something that they struggle with and not that something that they love to have. And I know that we are really pro people to deal with that, and it's good to not always have everything be that trope, and that is the case. But it seemed like a pretty important part of Elphaba's narrative that she is blaming herself for this, and Nessa's narrative to make this impactful. So I struggle with it.
But
it's so tough.
Yeah, there's also the thing where, in the first film, they really set up the whole thing of, Nessa doesn't want people to help her. She wants to be able to manage on her own and do things on her own. And then we come to the second act where she is, why
don't you ever help me?
Yeah, she's really desperate to have Bach near her, and she is really desperate to have Elphaba do something nice for her. And it's kind of like, okay, it's another one of those things that we've been talking about. It's like, okay, how did we get from here to here? I mean, I believe it can happen, but what?
Yeah. It is I think an interesting intersection we're going to see in conscientious art making right now, because they're real people making the art, and everyone's and there are people with real experiences that lived them, and the change to having her shoes fly is one that was advocated for by people who use wheelchairs. Right,
that was the whole thing, is that people didn't want her to say, people didn't want it to be like, didn't want it to be like, oh, we have to fix the poor disabled girl in the wheelchair.
Right. And like this, and so none of us have a dog in this fight because that's not our world, right? And Wicked is a show about people being mean to people who are different from them for bad reasons, right? This is a show about racism. This is a show about ableism. This is a show about these things. And there's like an interesting, critic culture consciousness that is happening right now that is trying to balance these two things, right? To be able to write stories about racism, write stories about ableism, which are fables, which tell morals, which say like, no, it's bad, right? But in order to do those things, you have to have racism in your story. You have to have ableism in your story, right?
Yeah.
And then we say, no, it's bad that we did this. And like, then when you start to unpack this, right, that Elphaba, cured the problem, like that is where it gets to be but it was a part of the story, and it is a real thing that happens in the world. It's very, I don't know the right answer. I wish they had thought of. Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I wish
how
they
you
had
do this properly.
I wish they had put as much effort into it as they did into filming The Girl in the Bubble. Like
that is the thesis of this movie. If you had taken the effort from Girl in the Bubble and put it anywhere else,
get a people.
Hey, did you know that like being pretty and popular isn't all it's cracked up to be? Sometimes
can I tell you? It's happened 2 times, but that's kind of weird. I love that both now in Sound of Music, where Maria gets married to How Do You Solve a Problem Like Maria? And now it's not quite her marriage, but like we sing the song Popular with the guards with la 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 la. Doesn't make any sense, but it's because it's a reprise from Act 1.
Yes.
Very funny. Yeah. Wild.
By the way, how many times did you hear the phrase clock tick before your brain started?
It took one time. It took one time before I was like, oh no. Oh no.
Like 6 or 7 times.
Yeah.
There's can I tell you, I was saving this for the bit hasn't come up yet, but one of the many knock-on advantages of being in my childhood home is I have the original Grimory on hand.
Oh, yeah.
I had to wipe the dust off of it literally.
She says it in the fight. I know that she does now. Wait a clock.
That is in there.
He loves me. He's my man.
The Ozian Glossarium. If we want to use other stupid Ozian words, why not use linguification, a field of study about physiology? I don't know. Thrillifying, right? There's so many other stupid Oz phrases to use. Why do we got to use clock tick 14 times?
The thing is, it ties back to the book with the time dragon clock, which is the big fucking dragon at the top of the stage of the musical.
Have a bit of in this.
Oh, yeah.
Not even a reference.
Look, I got my original copy.
There you go. Right?
Yeah.
And
but everything was like, that's like the universal clock is the time dragon clock. So it kind of makes sense that you're talking about a clock. Now it's just like stupid.
Sure.
But then the stage show doesn't even use it. That's like this whole remnant from this earlier
draft. It's so wild to bring it back.
It's so weird.
And
I know.
The time dragon is kind of an entirely weird device in the book anyway. So yeah.
And it's wild to use the same one over and over, right? Like people who live in the Arctic Circle have 14 words for snow. People who live under the time dragon should have 100 different words for time passing.
Yeah, they wouldn't dare say the word just like wait a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had to go hang on a clock tick, just a clock tick.
Yes, like, and in this world where
a song better than Girl in the Bubble.
In this world where dialysis exists, like Anyway.
Only personality dialysis. I'm sorry, we have not talked about the most important thing, like the biggest fault with this movie, according to TikTok. Did you notice that Cynthia Erivo changed the line from cannot to can't?
In what?
In No Good Deed. Instead of since I cannot succeed, Fierro saving you, it's since I can't succeed, Fierro saving you. And everyone on TikTok is freaked the fuck out.
She did it in the room. Like, obviously, like, they made a decision to do that. Like,
they changed that, but they didn't change Brave Witch Hunters, I would join you if I could.
Or like
Brave Witch Hunters, I would join you if I could.
Blizzard. I'm sorry.
Well, I always hate how my what is it? My road of good intentions led where such roads always lead. I hate the phrasing of that line because I can never tell what she was saying.
What about there are bridges we crossed, we never know we crossed till we crossed?
Okay, but I don't mind that one because
I don't mind that one.
It's thrillifying. It's a thrillifying belt.
Die on that hill.
Can I tell you though?
That's like it ain't over till it's over. You know,
like
you get what she's saying.
We should all feel avenged because
the Avengers.
Because we're the Avengers. No, because Steven Schwartz is a clock that rings the same way every time.
Wait, one clock tick.
And home's just what we call it. Oh no, sorry. It's why should a land have so much meaning when dark times befall it? It's only land made of dirt and rock and loam. I wonder what loam's gonna rhyme with.
Yeah.
And it's just a place that's familiar. And home's just what we call it, but there's no place like home. Don't give away home that early. It's your punchline of the lyric. Make it anything else.
Yeah. Loam.
I saw a tweet from a weird figure, Kate Reinking, who said that Tommy's face. That people over 70 should not be writing musical theater.
Or doing anything. No, people should do the art that they want. And the
thing is, okay, let me say, when have we heard someone over 70 make a truly great piece of musical theater, even just one song, aside from Here We Are with Stephen Sondheim, or
right.
and even then,
but he's Stephen Sondheim.
I love Here We Are.
Sure, okay,
but but the thing is, it's well, I mean. It doesn't feel like it's bad. It just feels like Oscar bait. It feels like it had to be there because they're contractually obligated, and they didn't have any new songs in the last one. They had to have them, and then because they have two leads, they had to do it. That's really what it just feels like.
And here's my pitch, and they could have done it. They could have just done it in the exact same places. Cynthia Erivo as Elphaba sees all these animals leaving, and then goes in a rage and kills the Winky colony. Yeah, I don't know, because they're
like
holding animals hostage.
But right, a bunch of guards that are trying to stop them from going through the underground railroad.
She
accidentally kills a guy.
Yeah, she's aiming to free the animals, but actually, kills. Right? You could write that. You could write a song about that. It's interesting. It builds her character. And then later, Madame Morrible is conjuring the tornado, and Galinda's running through the tower and is like, "No, stop!" And that's when she has the exact same character arc that we're supposed to see her have in The Girl in the Bubble, but it's active, and we can combine it with like. Bach, where are you? Right? Bach's running around. Make it a whole company number, but let Ariana Grande sing it. Done.
Yeah, it's
easy.
This movie definitely needed a multiplayer ensemble.
Yeah, it's screaming out for like a number like quartet from like Secret Garden or something, where everyone's layering a lyric and
more, something like that.
Yes.
Can I offer a pitch for a moment that feels? Sure. That feels like it could have had a song. It should be during that cat fight scene. That is like the last big hurrah.
Well,
like that moment.
That so needed to be a duet.
I had that thought, but as she has been from the beginning, so much through to the end that she got double credits in the credits. Winnie Holtzman is the heroine that this movie does not deserve but needs. And the book writing of that scene, which like I had to go back and watch a boot of the original one, is like 1-to-1. There is not a word out of place from the stage version. There are some words out of place. Yeah. But like, and because that is where she shines, and that is kind of part of the piss, I don't trust Schwartz to do it justice.
And that scene works so well on stage because of the audience seeing these real. I don't know. It kind of breaks the fourth wall a little bit because you're seeing these iconic characters like about to have like a cat fight, and then Glinda does the thing, and it just feels like the kind of idea that they were like in rehearsal and they were like, "Oh, do that," do that.
Yeah.
Not that it really matters to the book, but you have to do it in the movie. But like I told you guys, I think last time we talked about this. I saw the original production in San Francisco before it went to Broadway, and so I remember that scene and how much the audience gasped when they saw the house. And when she did the line where we can't travel by bubble, I remember like laughing so hard. And then I saw it again in January. I took my mom and I was sitting there and I was like, I know all this. I know all this because everyone in the audience knows it because it's Wicked and it's been around for 20 years. So it was like, it just was like, yeah, I don't know.
That's fair.
I don't know. And I don't even know the point I'm making. I guess it's just that maybe Broadway shows theater shouldn't run forever.
Yeah, maybe
the content is not as effective anymore after all these years.
That I saw. This is not my own take. I saw this somewhere on I don't know, probably Instagram Reels these days. But it was like if this was the first time Wicked existed, if the book didn't exist, if the musical didn't exist, if these movies came out, the take was the first one was an amazing, beautiful epic. And the second one feels like a, oops, we can make more money grab. Yeah. Like you could have just stopped and the plot wouldn't feel unfinished because you didn't know the second one existed. And then the second one, like the reveals and the twists that it has about tying into the Wizard of Oz, because this thing is so old and because it's, so out there already, they're not surprising.
Right.
No, and it was at the time. And I remember reading the book, like finishing the novel, like right before I saw that production. So I had this concept of what the musical was going to be in my head because I just read the very different source material. And then I see the musical and I'm like, it's about them being best friends. Okay. I wasn't against it, but it took me a minute to be like, okay, Nessa has arms. Okay, right. Of course she has arms. How would she be armed?
Right. Yeah. How would you do that?
Like how would we do that on stage? Yeah. And so, and then the movie, you're right. It just, the cash grabbiness of this sequel is even worse due to the fact that they have even more sponsors this time.
Oh God. Yeah. Do you know you can do an Airbnb experience at Elphaba's Hideaway?
Oh my God!
I want the sex cardigan.
It's wild.
It doesn't include the sex cardigan.
I don't. Well, there are photos
on a set.
I don't know. You can see. It might not be up anymore, but you can see photos on Airbnb. Because Airbnb does stays and experiences. So there's a stay. You can stay there. I don't know if the sex cardigan's included. And experience is Cynthia Erivo will come talk to you about her journey as the iconic character Elphaba.
I took a role and I got paid a lot of money. And now I can take whatever roles I want, and I'll be hosting the Tony Awards. And
Jess, have to eat again.
I don't think we're holding space.
I think that the casting is one of the few incredible things about this, and if they had cast the wrong people, none of this would have worked.
Yes.
Yeah. Again, that's really what carries this through. All the rough spots to the end, which was entirely too neat for my taste.
Yes.
Now
and they're gonna make more of these.
This was my question. What's everyone's pitch? It's gonna be a Lion Among Men because they cast what's his face as the lion and he only had 3 lines.
Yeah. I think what they're going to do, because Wicked, the musical, again, is so different than the source material. But the thing is, you have all the Maguire novels and, of course, all the L. Frank Baum novels. So you can take all that source material and cobble something together. Yeah. And the girlies are done.
They'll be in it for 30 seconds at the, they'll Mamma Mia 2 it with like Meryl Streep.
I would kind of like to see, Glinda trying to, piece back everything after, all of this goes down and trying to fix all the crap. But unfortunately, we get this implying, okay, everything's nice and the animals all come back and Dr. Dillamond has his job back and oh boy, racism is cured forever. Yay. And it's like,
that was another sequence where I was like, they are stretching. they just start replaying the first movie, and it just keeps going. And I was like, how long?
That was a bit where it got to the
This
end, which
movie.
was the beginning again, and my boyfriend leaned over to me and said, "What if when she goes,
What if
were
you
you her friend?" And the first movie just starts playing from
I
there.
know, right?
And
then we just are in a loop. And
They
we
lock
never
the
leave.
doors, and you're like, "You're stuck here forever, Tommy."
You're stuck here.
At school.
Okay, I am so excited though for, I don't know, 2 to 12 years from now when we're all back here after A Lion Among Men, a For Good story comes out, because they previewed it in California, and then they had previews on Broadway, and they got audience feedback, and they rewrote it, and they had to cut down for time and orchestrations, and they had to cut and tighten, and they won't have to do that for the next movie. And they're going to be surrounded by yes people, and they're all going to be old. And they're going to write it's going to be like
Stephen
no
Schwartz will be
erasers.
too tired, so they'll get Pasek and Paul.
Yeah.
Or the Anderson Lopez's.
Yep.
You know, or Lynn.
Yep.
And it'll be
all of them.
exhausting.
Everyone does one song, and they'll just piece them all together somehow, right? It's gonna be a fever dream. It's gonna be wild.
You're pitching a movie I want to see now.
We'll have a new land at Universal. Like,
Yeah.
We'll have the Emerald City at
You
Universal.
can ride
and it'll
defying
extend
gravity.
shades.
It's a
Yep.
looping coaster.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
Okay,
You can
I
climb
gotta
up
say-
and fly the balloon.
eat a Bach burger.
what will be the most boring choice of composer for this sequel Oz nonsense?
And
Because I'm like,
you know what?
Webber.
I think if I get Mark Damon, I won't even show up. Like that's like the one where I'm like, I don't think I'd show up to see that one.
No, I could see them going. That is a good question.
I feel like there's only like 3 that people use.
It's sad, but yeah, like the Anderson Lopez
least for
it'll be
movies.
competent and effective.
Yeah, but they might not be able to because of
Yeah,
Disney.
they can't use
Yeah.
Lin-Manuel Miranda because Disney's got him chained in a basement somewhere, apparently.
P&P, it's gonna be P&P. It's gonna be the
It's gonna be-
lion starting off all quiet. I'm standing there at the edge of the forest.
He's got a cast.
Yeah.
I'm just
I broke my
Everything-
paw. I was running away.
Everything
Brian
sounds
and
like
Evan
the track to
Hansen
a
have a lot
Hallmark
in
commercial
common.
they show at Thanksgiving.
Guys, we got to get ahead of this. Wait, stop the recording. How do we write our non-copyright infringing?
Right.
We should just adapt the second Oz novel where we have Tip, the trans icon that becomes Ozma
Yeah,
of Oz.
sure.
Yeah.
That would
Yeah.
be incredible. Yeah, that would be really, really nice. Are we excited for John M. Chu's 2 next musical engagements? We have Oh, the Places You'll Go,
Right.
starring Ariana Grande, and then we also have his new adaptation of Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, produced by Really Useful Group, which he is both announced to be directing. Those are his 2 next projects.
This is
You
the
guys
first
know how I
I'm
feel
hearing
about
of both of
Joseph.
these.
Oh, yeah.
Are-
Joseph
How
is
I
not a
feel
movie.
about that.
Joseph, you
fucking
cannot
show.
do as a movie. It's just
Well, he's doing it for Amazon
Yeah.
Prime, so that's going to be a streaming movie, so it's not a real movie.
Is
I hate
what the
So,
fuck
like, the
is
book
Oh the
that-
Places You'll Go?
Like the book that I have PTSD from for having to sign for every student
in the
ever,
world.
like the Seuss
I
book.
didn't even know that they had a musical based on that. How would you base a musical on that? I'm sorry.
No, they're writing it. It's an original musical. I think it's being done by Universal.
They did the
Like-
Seussical exists. This is Seussical erasure.
No kidding.
Oh yeah, Universal is the Seuss. They do all the Seuss crap.
Oh yeah, that's
You
true.
got to tie into the theme park. They're going to make that theme park impenetrable eventually.
We should have a bake sale.
Well, like I heard, the Simpsons Land is kind of on the way out, and it's right next door, at least in LA.
Fair.
It's right next door to J.K. Rowling's nonsense, so it would work well because they'll knock down.
Are they going to change the Back of the Future ride, which is now the Simpsons ride, to the Wicked ride?
Ooh.
I think they will. I think they will because I think the Simpsons Land is on the way out.
Yeah.
And so they're gonna have to put something there, and this is proving
Right.
extremely popular. And it's right next door to Hogsmeade, so it's like not the same world, but it could flow
It's
pretty well.
magic.
I'm so excited for this mess when they're going to start developing the theme park ride alongside the movie. And the movie is going to be as delayed as these movies are. And so they're going to have to release, like, I don't know, the lion's magical adventure.
Yeah.
Right, and
like,
it won't make
like how
any
they
sense.
Do with those, like how they do with those Olaf shorts. Like it'll be like
Oh,
the
yeah.
lion. And also on the other side, they're building the Fast and Furious roller coaster, so it'll work great.
That
Okay.
would be okay. I would also pitch a Fast and the Furious musical. Side note, but I think it's time.
Write it.
Jukebox musical.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
With, like,
repurpose.
pop standards your dad loves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they ride in a DeLorean now, so we don't have to build another one. Hey, there it is.
So
All right.
yeah. Wicked was
So,
fun.
any final thoughts before we wrap this up?
Yes, I bought Mad Libs Wicked for the fans. And so I'm gonna turn to a random page and see if there's a pen in this desk.
Hell yeah.
We're going round robin and we're picking words, right?
Okay.
Absolutely. Okay, there was one good one in this. Hold on.
Mad
okay.
Libs for the fans.
Mad Libs for the fans.
If you're not a fan, you're not allowed. Return this to the five below.
Yeah, get it out of here.
Emily, I need an adjective.
What's an adjective again?
An adjective is a
word.
descriptive word,
Yeah.
like green or big
Yeah.
or splendilocious.
Oh God.
You can make it
I'll
Aussie.
say. Ew. I'll say squishy.
Squishy. Cool. There's like 20 more of these.
Let's
Jess,
go.
I need an occupation.
Gynecologist.
With squishy. Oh, this is gonna be good.
Christy,
It
I
was
need
the
a
first word. I was literally the first word that came to my head. I'm so sorry.
Christy, I need a plural noun.
Plural noun. Baskets.
Baskets. Emily, it's an adverb.
Oh, I can't think
Like
of
a
anything.
like a lee-y, like
Describes a verb usually ending in ly.
quickly. That's the only adverb I know.
I
was an
no,
English
I'm not
major.
gonna say no. I'm sorry. My brain is like.
Yeah, no, you're good.
That's all I can think of right now is quickly, but I don't want to use quickly. I'll say swiftly.
Swiftly. Jess, a verb.
Thrusting. I don't know what's wrong with me today.
Excellent.
Thrust.
Okay. Thrust. Christy, an exclamation.
Yikes.
Yeah. Emily, a verb ending in ing.
Dancing.
Dancing.
Yes.
Jess, a plural noun.
Munchkins.
Munchkin. Oh, this is going to be fun to read my handwriting. Christy, something alive, plural.
Something alive, plural. Monkeys.
Monkeys. Okay.
Or flying monkeys
Emily.
if you want to go on theme.
Ooh, yeah,
Yeah.
flying monkeys. Yes. Emily, a verb.
No, I already used that. Sing.
Sing. Oh God. Jess, a part of the body.
Jeez, be PG-13, Jess, please.
I was going to. Lee's fingernail, a long acrylic nail. Cynthia Revo.
Fingernail. Where were we? Christy, an adjective.
An adjective. Magnificent.
Magnificent. Emily, an animal.
Polar bear.
Polar bear.
I've missed you all so much. I don't think we've properly talked it over, and since we did this last time, I'm like, I miss all of you so much, and I'm like, I'm near tears because we
It's
used to
'cause
do
they-
this like every week.
They don't
and
make
now I'm
enough
like,
Wicked movies anymore.
Yeah.
Jess, I need a verb.
Oh God, falling, fall.
Okay. Christy, I need an adjective.
I get another adjective. Ugly.
Ugly. Emily, I need a noun.
A footstool.
Jess, I need another noun.
Broomstick.
Broomstick. And last, Christy, I need a verb.
Fly.
Fly. All right, talk amongst yourselves
now,
for a
when
second.
Tommy reads this, I need some dramatic music behind it. I need to set the scene. Some Steven Schwartzy like piano tinklings.
He can take his piano tinklings in privacy, please.
I liked Emily, just like the very smallest, like.
Shake harder, boy.
What did I? Okay.
He's like, what is this?
Yeah.
Man, what is this gibberish?
Nonsense.
Like a horrible green blizzard.
It's so you could say lizard. Lizard rhymes and fits and are green.
But it doesn't fly.
But they don't fly.
Well, maybe they do.
I'm sorry.
in
That's just
Oz.
yeah. I mean, there's only
But a
so many
blizzard-
words that rhyme with
well.
blizzard, and I guess we can't do gizzard.
You
or
live in
anything.
Oz. You can make shit up like a gizzard or something like that.
Yeah. But
That was your
Magic.
first
That's
choice.
Get
Get your head out of the gutter.
I'm sorry, their school is called Shiz. Obviously, they didn't think about this stuff very much.
Gizzard.
I've read all of these Mad Libs, and they're all shit. This one's
Let's
called
go.
Different. Being different isn't always squish. But as a gynecologist with unlimited baskets, I can tell you, being different is also swiftly awesome. Sure, everyone stares at you when you thrust down the hall. And yes, they are going to whisper, yikes, when you are dancing a book at the library. And not just because you're reading about magic munchkins. And maybe the other flying monkeys at school will sing backwards when they see your fingernail. But so what? Who cares if you are magnificent? It doesn't matter, even if you have the complexion of a polar bear. Like me. Because being different is what makes you special. All those other people just want to fall, like you, anyway. But they can't. So let your ugly flag fly. Be a round footstool in a square broomstick. Let them know you're going to shine like the diamond you are and fly.
This reads like Luigi's Manifesto.
Wait, it's not even about.
No!
Yeah,
It's like, being different is not so bad.
No, it's for the fans.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Wicked edition.
No.
Magic Munchkins
you.
is their version
I'm glad
of
they
Magic
thought
Mike.
of us.
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, magic. Yeah.
All right. So, do we want to go around and talk about any projects, links, social media that people want to? I know we're all like off.
Yes.
Off
I have a long
list.
list.
Yeah. But yes,
Yeah.
Jess
is doing things.
Jess is doing things, Jess.
Yeah,
Jess
Jess
is.
is on.
I will continue doing things until you run me out on a rail. I continue to do the Cheese Wheel podcast every week. You can't stop me no matter what. I also just finished a feature film. It is playing in theaters. We are touring this bitch around. I'm making money. We have distribution offers, so it will be on streaming eventually. But right now, we really just want to have the face-to-face screening. And if this film screens, I will be there. So if you ever want to, shoot me in public, that's the place to do it.
Are you coming to LA?
Yeah, you coming to
We
Colorado?
have
Yeah,
a
let us
few
know.
West End screenings set up, or West End, West
End.
Coast
That's not
screenings.
where-
Oh, you're going to London, nice.
That's not where LA is.
West Coast.
Thanks, Jess.
Is but yeah, there's one in Pasadena that I'm like, I'm really hoping to work out.
Ooh.
What?
Like movie theater in Pasadena?
No, it's a film festival that I've been talking with, and they seem very cool. I'm hoping
Somewhere to stay.
2026
You have
is
somewhere to stay.
Oh my gosh. I love you so much, Emily. I love you too, Chris. But I want to come to Colorado, and I might be in Colorado because I think I might be editing a Super Bowl commercial. We'll find out. But cut that out.
I live there. I'm not there now.
All right. I've talked everyone's ear off, but go to daughtersofthedomino.com and check it out, or I'm gonna cry. All right, move on.
All right.
If you want to play Dungeons and Dragons, I run a Dungeons and Dragons company now, mostly for neurodiverse youth. 3dragons.fun. Hit me up. Or if you like the television show Murder, She Wrote, on itch.io, look up Murder, She Bingo, my custom Murder, She Wrote bingo cards, which have squares including things like gunshot or ugly jewelry or bad accent. The middle square says a murder. Very exciting.
Excellent.
Yay. Okay, so yeah.
I feel judged.
I'm not doing much these days.
Good.
Yeah. I'm almost done with my thesis. I am done with it. Christy's been reading a lot and helping me so much.
I'm a very anal proofreader. I am sorry.
No, that's what I need. But I had a little personal setback for about like 6 months of my life. No big deal.
It's been a rough year.
The whole city burning down. But I'm fine. So things were put off a little bit. But life is getting back on track, which is great. So I'll probably finally be done with my master's this year. And then once it's all done, you guys can all read about my thesis about the history of The Secret Garden, the musical. So it's long, but it's
so
good.
is the musical.
Yeah. And I have old videos on YouTube if you want to look it up. Stealing Focus.
What's YouTube?
I don't know.
Apparently it's something
ancient relic
to use.
I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, I am still here at Musical Hell. I am sporadically doing videos. I am working on another riff. I will just say one thing: Ronald Reagan musical.
Reading my dream journal again.
So look for that hopefully in the next month or so. And otherwise, this has been fun. Thank you always to Jess and Tommy and Emily for coming here. I love you guys. You're my favorite.
You guys have changed me for good.
And I just love talking stuff like this with you. And I hope it's been entertaining for everybody out there. Go see Wicked. It's not as good as the first one, but you saw the first one, you might as well see how it is. So everybody
spend $30 at the theater. Take the kids. What are you doing on a Tuesday?
It's a great time.
See Jess's movie on streaming or in distribution if it comes around your way, and we will see you later. Bye-bye.
Fly away.
And we